You saw the announcement that the President will be going to Cuba with the First Lady on March 21st and 22nd. This is the first President to visit Cuba since Calvin Coolidge. As we've noted, Calvin Coolidge traveled there on a battleship, so the optic will be quite different from the get-go here. How can we take the changes we made in our policies and regulations? As we considered whether to go this year to Cuba, the President's judgment was that, number one, going to Cuba was an important step forward in signaling this new beginning between our two countries and peoples, and also importantly that going to Cuba could help enlarge this space that benefits the Cuban people and increases ties between our countries. And that in fact going earlier this year would allow us to try to get more done, both around his visit and in the days and months that follow. He also met with critics of the Cuban government and his civil society roundtable. So it's an important opportunity, this trip. It's historic in nature, but also we see it as a means of pushing forward this normalization process, trying to achieve a greater opening between the United States and Cuba commercially, but also supporting and advancing the values that we care about, all of which taken together we believe will be enormously beneficial to the Cuban people and frankly to U.S. interests. And the engagement between our countries to gain such momentum that I don't think we will be satisfied. I don't think we've been satisfied to date, and frankly I think that we're always going to have differences with this government because they have a different political system. At the same time, even with those kind of fundamental differences about how they organize their political system, we do think that there are steps that they can take that can improve conditions for the Cuban people and be a part of the evolution that is taking place on the island. As you all know from covering many trips, will depend on whether we are demonstrating. So on Guantanamo Bay, I'm sure that will be part of the discussion. I know that because I've had that discussion many times with my Cuban counterparts. They are insistent, obviously, that our presence there is not legitimate and that the facility be returned to them. But again, that is not on the table as a part of our discussions. He oversees its office and it's very important work.